Chaps, hello and welcome back to Forza Horizon 6. We're officially arriving in Japan on May 19th. While it's launching day one on PC and Xbox, PlayStation fans are gonna have to wait. They're gonna have to sit here and cross their legs until Forza Horizon 6 comes out. But today we're diving into the newly released PC system requirements to see how they stack up against the previous game, and what kind of hardware you'll need to hit high frame rates. Now, if you think of PCs in car terms, the better PC you have, the better it will be able to run games, be sustainable for longer, and the better it will run. Same with cars. The newer car you have, the better it's going to run, the smoother it's going to run, and you'll get the best performance out of it. Now, that was a really bad comparison, but hopefully you get the point. But yeah, Microsoft is leaning heavily into PC-specific features this time around. Today, we're getting support for all major upscaling technologies right out of the gate, including NVIDIA DLSS 4, compatible with DLSS 4.5 via driver override, AMD FSR 4 or 3, depending on your GPU. Different GPUs obviously support different DLSSs and frame scaling technologies, or Intel XeSS 2.1. Now, ray tracing has seen a massive overhaul with ray-traced global illumination and reflections that now cover both the cars and the environment, which we didn't have before. This is a humongous W. Now, I know why you clicked on this video. You want to know the minimum specs you need to run Forza Horizon 6 very comfortably. Now, in Forza Horizon 5, the benchmark hasn't really moved over to Forza Horizon 6. Now, the minimum spec targets are at 1080p low at 60 FPS. 1080p essentially means 1080 pixels upwards and 1920 across, depending on your resolution. If you're using a standard 16:9 resolution, you will be using 1920 by 1080. Now, 60 FPS is the standard frame rate. If you guys had previous gen consoles or even the current gen ones, at absolute standard, they run 60 FPS. Some consoles recently have been able to go to highs of 120 FPS, doubling that standard 60 FPS frame rate. Now, to achieve this minimum bench spec at 1080p at 60 FPS, we're going to have to use cards like NVIDIA's GTX 1650 or the RX 6500 XT. Now, the 1650 isn't a fabulous card. It's a good card. If you guys know your kind of NVIDIA cards or you know your RX cards, you're kind of in the mid-ground here. If I was to put this in card terms, the GTX 1650, it's like a Honda. You know, they're really bad unless you make them good. Unless you overclock them and you know what you're doing, they're not too good. So, you know, unless you want to overclock it, not too great. Now, RAM has jumped. We've actually jumped from 8GB of RAM on Forza Horizon 5 to 16GB of RAM. Now, the CPU, which is the central processing unit of your PC, which is essentially the brain or the engine, this requires at least a Ryzen 5 1600 or an i5 8th Gen 400. And this is probably going to make a few of you guys feel old, but in terms of storage, we are not allowed to use hard drives. It is SSD. SSD is mandatory. Now, most streamers talk about their PC builds or have it at least in their description. I don't, because I play on my Xbox but use my PC to record via something called a capture card. But basically, my PC has an Intel Core i9 14th Gen, an RTX 5080, which is NVIDIA's card, and 32GB of LED RAM, which obviously LED means it has another 5 horsepower at least. No, I'm just joking. But for those wanting a higher experience, such as myself, we are gonna have to be above the recommended tier. So targets of 1440 at a high of 60 FPS or above, you're gonna need at least a 3060 Ti or the equivalent, which is an RX 6700 XT paired with 16GB of RAM. So that's kind of your mid-range car. It's good, but it's not like supercar range, you know? I would say it's a GTI, you know? Because it's perfect at the mid-range, you know? It's doable, it's usable for every day, but also it's got quite a bit of performance. So you're going to need a little bit of that. And then storage, you're going to need an NVMe SSD, specifically 24GB of RAM and an RTX 4070 to run at 4K Extreme. So this is going to be pretty crazy. 24 gigs of RAM, I would say not the standard, but it's a high standard, I would say, above average. And then an NVMe SSD, which I think most of you should have unless you are 1,000 years of age. And then a GPU, which is a 4070. Now, I think having a 4070 or above is quite expensive, especially in the day and age of AI and robots. So it's going to be quite difficult to get your hands on a GPU that expensive. I was lucky I bought my 5080 way back before this whole AI sort of takeover. So I got my PC fairly cheap and it's definitely gone up in price. So now the Extreme RT tier, which is the extreme ray tracing. So 4K with ray tracing, they suggest next-gen hardware like the RTX 5070. So we're moving into the 50 series. The 50 series is NVIDIA's latest kind of graphics drop, if you will. This is kind of the new generation. 50 is the new ones. So RX 9070 XT is the equivalent of the 5070 Ti, though this tier specifically notes the use of upscaling to maintain performance. So with that out the way, very, very technical terms. I apologize if you guys aren't into PC or you are a slightly older person yourself. You may not understand some of the terms I've been using, but some of the terms I've been using, just to explain, are basically PC components and PC parts. Now, if you've heard me refer to a number like 5070, 1080, 1650, 9070, they all are graphics cards, and then your CPUs would be ones like the i5, i9, stuff like that. Those are your CPUs, and then 32 gigabytes is going to be your RAM and stuff like that. So there's a quick little guide to essentially what I was yapping about. But yeah, let's go to portability and crossplay. The game has a very, very versatile for handheld gamers. It's launching with full support on the Steam Deck. Plus, cross saves are supported across all platforms, including Windows, Xbox, and even PlayStation 5. So you can play Forza Horizon 5 on a handheld console, which is the Steam Deck, which is going to be pretty exciting. I unfortunately don't have one, but I think that's going to be amazing, especially when I go away on holiday or something like that. I could play Forza Horizon 6 on the go because obviously who wouldn't want to? So the conclusion, overall, Forza Horizon 6 does seem incredibly graphic hungry, but it's extremely well optimized. To only need a 1650 GTX to run minimum graphics is like, that's unheard of. Most new titles are requiring, 5090s, a turbo in the PC. They're requiring so much hardware. Dude, like, it's going to get to the point where I'm going to need to V12 swap my PC at some point because the games are getting so demanding. But I'm so glad to hear that Forza Horizon 6 is finally pushing actual real graphics and not just using AI upscaling. Now, my Forza Horizon 5 channel and my YouTube channel is all about including people, and now I'm so glad that Forza is actually including people with both sides of the PC scale. So if you've got a terrible PC, if you've got a school PC, if you've got an amazing PC, you can all play together, which really, really does do it for me. I'm all about bringing the community together, being a positive person within the Forza Horizon 6 scene, and I'm definitely including everyone. So chaps, that will do it for today's video. Much love, and I'll see you guys in the next one.